23-year-old Diane Dixon burst on the track scene at the tender age of 18, winning her first of 3 Millrose 400-meter races. In 1986, the 5'5" Brooklyn Spark Plug captivated the Garden crowd with her powerful performance at the Millrose Games. During that year, Dixon was ranked 4th in the world, 2nd in the U.S. It appeared as though the native New Yorker would continue to roll in 1987, but it was not to be. At the Millrose Games, Dixon lined up for the 400, but she clearly jumped the gun. Her concentration was not sharp. Moments later, as the field readied for the 400, Dixon made a second false start. It was obvious this would not be Diane's night. She showed a look of disappointment on her face. She seemed confused, and as she returned to her mark, track officials delivered the news to Diane Dixon. She was disqualified. The capacity crowd at Madison Square Garden was shocked. The fans had lost their favorite in the women's 400.
My ex-coach and I had some problems going into the indoor season, and they affected me more than he thought it would. We never really ironed out the problem that was on hand, and he sort of, kicked it under the rug like, oh, don't worry about it, you'll be okay. And when I was running Millrose, I knew it was big for him as much as it was for me, and my mind was not into the race. I still, in the back of my mind, had some doubts on my capabilities because I had been training only for like a month. I wasn't, in my full training schedule. So I was a little, insecure. I wasn't sure of myself.
Now under the tutelage of new coach Russ Rogers of Fairleigh Dickinson University, Diane Dixon appears to be back on track. At the Los Angeles Sports Arena last month, Diane destroyed the field and coasted to an easy triumph in the 400. From the look on her face, Diane appears to be ready once again to ward off all challengers and reestablish herself as the premier runner in the women's 400-meter race.
There's the starting line on the far side. They will run in lanes, and they'll run 2 3/4 of a lap. They will cut in after 1 lap. This event has 3 Americans among the top 10 in the world. The only 3 to rank there are in this race. Jarmila Kratochvílová of Czechoslovakia has the world record. Dixon is far off it. It is a soft record for Americans, and it actually has a chance of falling tonight.
We saw where Diane Dixon, as you see the field, Lily Leatherwood in lane 1, Diane Dixon in lane 2, and there's Ilray Oliver and Valerie Briscoe, who has never beaten Diane Dixon here in the Garden.
5 Olympic gold medals are out on the track. Lily Leatherwood and Dixon have 1 on the relay. Briscoe Hooks has 3. This is a terrific race. There is no love lost between Briscoe Hooks and Dixon. You could just as easily give them boxing gloves.
Look for Diane Dixon for a fast start. Watch
Briscoe Hooks to try and take the lead. She's got tremendous speed. Great.
Good start. Women's 400 meters.
Well, that is Diane smoking Valerie. Valerie checks in behind her. Well, let's see what happens. This is going to be interesting. Most occasions, Briscoe takes the lead.
Oliver is 3rd, Lily Leatherwood 4th, and Briscoe beginning to challenge Diane Dixon.
Leatherwood, a notoriously slow starter, is moving up. Let's see if she's got something left. 1 to go. Watch this last lap. This is going to be great. In red is Dixon. In gold is Briscoe.
Diane Dixon holding her own. And now here comes Valerie Briscoe.
50 yards to go in the race. Watch this straightaway. It's going to be Dixon.
Diane Dixon. Diane Dixon. Valerie Briscoe, Lily Leatherwood, and Ilray Oliver.
Unofficially right on her American indoor record. 52 21/100ths of a second is the time recorded.
And Diane Dixon has won a 4th Millrose Games title in the 800 meters.
Interesting, fun woman to be around and chat with. Confident, a senior at Baruch College here in the city. She is tough as nails and a very positive thinker. She really
Hard to believe when you say that, Larry. We heard her comments, and she said she's very insecure at the time.
Well, she was referring to her false starts and the fact she'd only been training well for about a month.
As Diane Dixon takes her victory lap, let's go down to Bruce Beck.
Joe Dial has dropped out of the